Peace and all power to the family universal. Tranquility over you and all of your houses. I was trying to adjust to the filter I thought appropriate. It's really foggy outside, though it should burn off as the day goes along. But right now, the lighting, it was pretty dark, so I have it on bake right now. I wish you could see the vividness of my Kafgan that I have on. It is so pretty and so comfortable. But anyway, I'm checking in. Hopefully everyone is still moving. Okay? Hope you're still moving and getting your blood flowing before you step foot out of your home today, or even if you're staying home all day for whatever reason. Make sure you move. If you can't get up to do the bike, go up and down your stairs. That's what I did before I jumped on the bike. Up and down these stairs. I tell you, when we purchased this house, I knew that I wanted levels. And to think with the MS, was that really smart? But you know what? Yes, it was, because that's all a part of the physical therapy. If I need to do something, if there's something I need or really want, well, that's my motivation to get my behind up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. So, in any case, hopefully you all are self-disciplined and motivated now, that you don't need me telling you, but just know you're not in it alone. You're not in it alone. Oh boy, what to tell you? What to tell you? Whenever you happen to see this, today is Friday, so we're ushering in the weekend. Changing of the season. Oh my goodness. There is something about this time. One would think that they wouldn't want the weather to stay exactly the same all year round. I could deal with it. If it has to rain, let it rain in the evening when everyone's home and safe. Not too much, just enough for all of nature to get exactly what they need. Not too much. We do not need our cup runneth over in that department. But yeah, let's just everyone keep safe and enjoy this time of year. You can breathe. There's no humidity out there. So, still a little congested. I'm getting over a cold. How long have I had it? Long enough. I guess this is the ending the second week. So, a few days ago, I just finally started to turn a corner. We had to go to the doctor and everything to get a test to make sure it wasn't that thing. It was really bad. It was feeling, oh my gosh. But it wasn't. It wasn't. Just a little hint of bronchitis trying to creep in there, little wheezing. But all in all, it was just the cruds, changing of the seasons. So they called in a prescription for either it was an antibiotic or a steroid and some cough medicine, but I never did get it. I never did. I never got it, because at that point, once I knew what it was, my body pretty good now for all. I knew I would be able to manage it. I was going to give it like a couple after seeing the doctor, and if I didn't see an improvement, then I would have filled the prescription for that medication, but I didn't have to, thankfully. Thankfully. So yeah, it is Halloween season. Yes. And it's the best time of year. It's the best time of year for me. For me. Oh, I can't wait for Halloween and Thanksgiving and the Christmas holidays, whatever, you want to call it, the winter solstice. It's just, there's something magical about it. Not that every day isn't magical, but you know what I mean. You know, you get to snuggle, family gets to gather and come in. There's time allotted to them from their work activities and everything like that. And it's just really great. It's just really great. And yeah, I what I want to do, I want to I was going to book audio. I was going to make an audio book of The Unseen Clown, but you know what? If I do that, I think I'm just going to read it here on this platform, especially if I already have the book in itself. I'm not going to charge, for you to have the audio. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's getting my life, my experiences out there, cloaked in the beautiful art of poetry. And it's a release. It was a release for me, and I'm so happy about it. Some of the, I'm not going to say ghosts, I'll say some of the ill-intended personalities who I've encountered in my past. You know, I always use the span of 20 years, not that shit didn't happen to me before then. Oh, over 20 years now, because let me see. 6 years. Is it 6 years? Yeah, 6.5 years. My life did a major turnaround for the better. For the better. I mean, it's like it was a total rebirth. And at this stage in my life now, it's like all things are really new. All things are really new. There's a poem that I wrote, and one of the questions asked is, what is your heaven or hell? What is your heaven or hell? You do have control over that as well. You know? You really do. We've been programmed to rely on and think that so many exterior entities impact or move us or don't move us to do what we do or don't do. And they're influences, but it's all in how you react or are proactive about it. Yeah, that doesn't mean to shut yourself off from people and all things. That's not reality. That's not reality. As many times as people want to say, oh, they're living off the grid or whatever, you never truly do. Never truly do. There are people in Alaska who are considered living off the grid. But you know what? Guess what? At some point, they always end up having to go into town for something. Now, it might not be a regular day-to-day thing for them, but like once a month or something like that, they will have to interact, okay, with the outside. Technology, just like you're watching me right now, you're not off the grid. You're not off the grid. The only time you get off of this grid is when you transition in your new form, and you're not bound. You're not bound to the, I don't want to say limitations, but there are laws. There are laws. And in this realm, we are bound to them. And who knows when we get to the next plane, what those rules, if any, it will be. Will you remember all of this? I don't know. I don't know. Will you be all-knowing as God once you are in a pure state of energy and consciousness? Consciousness as we know it. We think we know. But I will not be arrogant enough to say I'm the end all be all word or on anything. I only know my own lived experiences. All right. That's all I could speak on. So, as you go on journeying, and you'll always have questions. I remember my mother would have questions about certain things, even though she was an oracle. There are things that she questioned only because the programming. So, there's always like a battle to what was programmed and what you know. Yeah. So in any case, be true to yourself. Being authentic doesn't mean you have to be brash or crude or rude. But you're not a doormat either. And strength comes in silence. But you'll know when to speak up. And when you do, you know how to adjust accordingly. There is no broad stroke that you can handle or paint with everything. Different canvases require different bases of paint. You have water-based, you have oil-based paint and such. You have to know what and who you're dealing with. What's worth your energy? Where do you place your energy? You give too much to something that is a non-thing, you're stunting yourself. You're stunting yourself. And where does the accountability or blame lie in that? With you. I speak to you, I'm speaking to myself. So, as always, be the light to those who need to feel the warmth of your shine, and know when to be darkness to those who need to feel your shade. In all things, there is light. You be the illumination. My name is Trinia Murphy, and I am Ponder Kwan.